How is everybody today? Welcome to Cara Jo Plans. Today I'm going to be closing out my September monthly budget, and usually this is a hot mess, and it's going to be a hot mess again this month because I got the final settlement check from my grandmother's estate, so all my numbers are off again. Fingers crossed October is finally the month that things will be normal and I won't have all this extra to deal with. So my starting balance at the beginning of the month was $625. My incoming income was $15,705.05. So my total monthly income was $16,330.15. Whew. It's really throwing me off. It's great for my debt payoff, but it really messes up and makes the number thing a whole lot harder. So, and how I get the numbers, so this is what I set out for my monthly budget when I started the month. And then every week I've been filling out my expense trackers and totaling them up at the bottom and doing my weekly check-ins at the bottom as well, just to keep everything in one place. So I took all of those numbers and totaled up my food, and my food was $402.49 this month. For gas, I only spent $154.85. Household expenses were $737.85. My fund money, I spent all $50 of that. Utilities were $589.11. I'm not sure why they were higher. I'm going to have to go back and look at those to see if maybe I categorized something wrong or a bill went up or something. I'm gonna have to look at that one unless I missed it when I was budgeting here. And then for beauty, I ended up spending $165. Planning was $252.92. And the reason my planning budget was so high this month is because there were two launches that I really wanted to get. The content planner and then the budget by Paycheck workbook, which I completely had the wrong day for the budget by Paycheck workbook. I really thought it was launching on Wednesday. It launched on Tuesday, and the full size one sold out before I even realized it. So I did end up getting the boxed set, and I got the Live Rich planner. So I might make those work, but she did say she might be getting more of the full size budget by Paycheck workbooks in, so I might end up ordering one of those later, but I at least got the box set, which was not my first choice. However, I got something. And then debt, I was able to put $5,672.94 towards debt. And then sinking fund spending was also $5,401.59. And some of this was debt too. I just categorized it differently. So some of this was also debt, but it came out of my sinking funds. So those numbers, of course, are going to be off. But either way, I put a lot towards debt this month again. My sinking funds, I did put $475 towards my sinking funds this month. Allowance, I did give the boys their $40 for doing their chores. And my health insurance is $189. So that's pretty much a fixed expense. So let's get a total on how much I spent this month. Okay, so outgoing was $13,770.75. And then my October starting balance is going to be $2,559.40. So if we add that, that gives us our total of $16,330.15. So every dollar had a name this month, and it happened to work out. At least I got something to work out this month. So let's go through and see where I was over and under and do our percentages. So food, I was over $249. And fuel, I was under $20.15. Utilities were over 6406. Fun was even. I was over on utilities by 111.34, and I'm thinking I just forgot to write a bill down when I did this. This might just be a mistake. I was over 85 on beauty. I started getting my nails done, and when I started this month, I didn't account for that in my budget. So that's where that came from. Next month moving forward, I'm starting to build my nails into my budget. And then planning was under budget by 4708. The amount that I wanted to pay off towards debt, I went over $5,022.94, which is perfectly fine. This one I went over $5,041.59 because I didn't budget anything for sinking spending, and that's also fine too because a lot of that went to debt. This one worked out even, that one worked out even, and that one worked out even. So let's see what percentage of my income I was able to put towards different categories. And these numbers always look a little bit off on the months that I have the huge debt pay down. So this should be the last month where this is unrealistic. Like ideally, like I would want my home expenses to be about 25% of my budget, food about 10, etc. So these do look off on the months that I get these estate checks where I'm spending a lot on debt payoff. But I still like to do it. Okay, so I had 66% of my budget mostly went to debt. And then all the other numbers were really small and off. And then I have 15% that I'm carrying over. This does equal 100%, but this doesn't really tell me anything about my budget this month. More what I'm concerned about is carrying some of these numbers over. So my monthly spend on groceries is right about where I'm budgeting it. I could do a little better. I probably could have got one less thing at McDonald's or something, and that would have stayed in budget. My fuel is coming in under budget, so that's an important thing to know. I messed up my utilities. One of them went up. Something happened there. I got to research that, but that's good to know for future planning. Household and utilities. I overspent on those two. So those are two things that I do need to look at. Beauty, I just need to work that into my budget. Planning, I was under budget, and I put more towards debt than I anticipated, which is not a problem. I had more income come in. Now these three stayed on budget, and that was fine. But what I really need to take a look at are my household and my utility expenses and make sure that I'm budgeting the proper amount for those. So going forward, I need to pay better attention to those categories. So that is my September closeout for my budget, and not too bad. I worked out some numbers and it was a lot less of a hot mess than it was last time. So going forward in October, this should look a whole lot more normal, and there won't be this huge incoming income of cash settlement checks. So it'll be a more accurate representation of what I'm actually spending in my budget. So thank you guys for watching. Please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps out my channel, and have a great day. Bye.